Stephanie Milky here, aka KetoMOM, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the KetoMOM podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the KetoMOM Secrets podcast. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the KetoMOM page. My name is Stephanie, and we're diving into your divine fingerprint as we go through this book in the morning. The point is to help you with your mindset. The point is to give you something to think about to help you as you go throughout your day. So real quick, before we dive into the conversation of your core values, which you might be going, what does that have to do with my fat loss? I'm going to tell you what it has to do with your fat loss in just a second. But as you're tuning in, why don't you let me know? I actually would love to know this. Do you understand, if I were to say, what are your core values? Do you have words that you could put to it? Do you even understand what that means? So either give me a thumbs up if you understand what core values mean, or give me a thumbs down, not in a negative way, but just like, what does that mean? I don't even know what my core values are. It would be something good to know. Why is this so important? So thumbs up or thumbs down. So my name is Stephanie Milky again. I'm tuning in from Minnesota. So I'm married to an incredible husband. His name is Steve. Always, usually, 99% of the time on the other side of the camera. And what? I am pretty amazing. He's pretty amazing. Oh, we've got some thumbs up. I love this. We have 4 daughters. They're 15, 13, 11, and 9. We have been sharing on this page for 7.5 years.
Hello from India.
Hello from India. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Yes, where are you tuning in from? I love to see it. I love it when you comment or like, even press the share button. Sharing is caring. But I also love when you comment because it makes me feel like I'm not just talking to myself. All right, so right before we start this, yesterday I did a live about dinners and macros. So if you're on here and you're like, Stephanie, I need some recipes. Awesome. Go to ketomomsecrets.com. Click on recipes. Hey, Stephanie, I need to know how to get started on my diet. Go to ketomomsecrets.com. Click on how to get started, or send me a message. You can send me a message at any point in time and I will answer you. And I'll answer you to the best of my ability. I'm not a doctor, but I have been sharing. I've been learning. I've been sharing what I have been learning from other doctors and people in the keto space for, you guys, almost 8 years. So I feel like I know a lot. If you want to know from a doctor's perspective, if you want to hear a couple of interviews, I talked about this yesterday. If you want to know what ketones are, so yesterday I did a live about dinner options. We talked about macros. We talked about why I drink ketones. We talked about mindset. They're always there. The lives are always there for you to go back to and reference to. I talked about a super cool little promo we have going on right now with our good, better, and best kits with our intermittent fasting and our ketones. If you didn't catch that, just post promo in the comments and we'll chat. Or if you want to know more about intermittent fasting, just need to get started, post fasting down below. And I would love to help you. So I'm super excited to dive into this conversation. We're talking about core values. Who doesn't want to talk about core values? It might not seem like it's going to help you with your fat loss, but I beg to differ. I want you to just listen to a couple things that I read to you. If you have the book, Pastor Keith Craft, the author of this book, he's a pastor of a church called Elevate Life Church in Frisco, Texas. He talks about core values. He shares a ton of stories. I'm not going to read the stories to you. I'm going to give you a very brief overview of what this chapter is about, chapter 5, and then you can either grab the book or take action on what I'm telling you. So I actually want you to think about this because he said, this is from his perspective. He says, core values are what matters most that we live by. They are influencing everything that we do in our life, our core values. He goes, they influence the decisions that you make, your response to people and situations, any organization, personal growth, providing direction throughout our daily habits or our daily behaviors. They influence your life. So Is this making sense? Do you guys write down your core values? Do you have them as a family? My husband was just saying this morning, I think we should, well, he said lots of different things, but this is something that I feel like as a family we need to do so that our children know what our core values are. I don't think we have them written down. Do we have them written down anywhere?
In a note.
In a note. We have our core values written down in a note, but I don't think our kids know.
Put them on the wall.
But we're going to put them on the wall. All right. He says this, I believe there is nothing more important that you can do right now than to make a decision to live a core valued-based life. Why? Because your core values that matters most to you are the most critical piece of your 1% factor. So remember, this book is about finding your divine fingerprint, your 1% factor. What makes you you? Why are you here? What are you called to do? What is on your heart? What are some things maybe you're not doing because you've been making excuses that you truly want to do, and how do we do it? And maybe some of you are just going, I just want to lose some fat. That's great. And the point of the morning mindset, the point of going through books is to realize that your mind is important. Your words are important. The people that you surround yourself are important. The things that you're reading and watching are important. And like it or not, it plays a factor in your health. That's it. You can choose to ignore it, or you can choose to accept it. You can choose to take action, or just sit back and let life happen to you. So your core values influence every aspect of your life. They affect the sphere of influence and determine how you handle life's challenges. What you believe is based on what you value. Who you do life with is based on what you value. How you make money and what you do with your money is based on what you value. So here's what he said. I wish I could read it all to you, but I really love this analogy. He goes, your core values are like the navigational compass of a ship or a GPS of a car, the computer guidance system of your airplane. They are your internal guidance system. Programmed properly, your core values will guide you to success and keep you on your purpose. Your core values are a part of your unique fingerprint, and they empower you to leave your unique imprint everywhere that you go, in any meeting that you're at, in any environment that you're at. They are the foundation of your 1% and the guideposts of your personal greatness. So it sounds like we have to make a list of our core values. He's actually going to give you an action step. I'm going to give you some words. You could honestly go Google a core value list, and you could just go, what are my core values? I'll give you an example. He goes, core values determine your character. Character is who you are when nobody is watching. So he gives us a list of things. He's like, core values, they shape your culture. Core values bring clarity and focus. Core values communicate what's important. They influence your behavior. They determine your factors in life. Core values elevate effective leadership. And so in the book, he gives a whole list. I'm going to fast forward through it because he shares a ton of stories too. So he goes, here's a list. If you have the book, I would go to the list, and all he wants you to do is circle the things, write them down that are most important to you. I'll give you an example. He says, peace of mind, friendship, security, retirement, wealth, knowing things like knowing important or famous people. That's sometimes a core value for people. Good health. That's a core value of our families. Being in business for yourself, close relationships, living to old age. He just made a whole list, right? Fame, spending time with extended family, meeting the right person, traveling, happiness, excellence. What are some things that are super important to you? Those would be your core values. And if you don't know them, I think it's super important, and I even need to do this. I feel like I know them, and yet I don't have them written down. I would say stewardship is a core value of our families right now. I would say our family legacy is a core value of our family. Excellence. We love the word excellence, not perfection, but doing things with excellence is a core value. It's important that we homeschool our kids and that we get to work from home. Quality time with our children is a core value.
Honoring our mother.
Honoring our parents.
Our grandparents.
And our grandparents. It's a core value in our home. So I would say this. These are important because exactly what he said. If you don't know your core values, and I bet you do know if you sat down and you made a list of things that are important to you, because your core values, those things that are on your heart determine the yeses and the nos that you say, right? They determine what you do in life, the jobs you choose, the people you hang out with. All of these things, I do have 4 dogs. Did you know that? They usually bark at some point in time. All of these things play a factor. All right. Knowing your values, those things that most matter to you, and living them out is choosing to live your 1% to the fullest. Bringing your values everywhere that you go. So basically all he's saying is this: I want you to discover your core values. Write them down. Prioritize your core values. Implement them into your life. I need to write them down, like on my vision board, or have them written down so that we don't forget. Like I know, but I need to know. I need to have them written down, and we need our kids to know. We talk about a lot of things, and yet usually if they're not right in front of you, then you often can forget, right? And then you just let life happen to you. You let your day happen to you. You might say yes to things that aren't a part of your core values. They don't align with your goals this year. So the power of a vision board or understanding your values, having things in front of you, keeps you focused and keeps you on track to get to where you want to go. So that is the point of this book, is I want you to know who you are, what makes you you, the greatness that you have inside of you. And then from there, it's going to help you make the best decisions possible as you go throughout your daily life. So welcome to the Morning Mindset Live. We are about halfway through this book. We're going to finish this book. I don't know the next book that we're going to do. I've had people ask. I actually don't know yet. I would love to know this. Let me ask you this question. Would you prefer to go through a book that works on core values and really more of your own character? Or would you prefer a book that's like bullet point 1, bullet point 2, like something like Atomic Habits? Do you like to be like, I need to know exactly when to wake up and what I should do in my morning? Are you like a systems person, or are you like, I like stories and working on myself? And everybody's different, and we'll choose a different book. I just like to know, what is something you would love to learn, read about? Maybe you haven't done it on your own, but if we did it here together, you might actually do it. So what do you want to learn? Let me know. Thank you for tuning in. At any point in time, you can go to KetoMomSecrets.com, click on recipes, how to get started, book club. If you're looking for the promo, some of you have been asking about ketones. We have a good, better, best bundle. We've got some super cool sales for today and maybe tomorrow. So it was 48 hours, so it'll end tomorrow at some point. You can go to KetoMom.com. So if you've never tried ketones, if you watched my live yesterday and you watched why I drink them, and they're a tool, I drink them every single day. Need to know more about intermittent fasting? Send me a message, ask questions. You can go to KetoMom.com and check it out. Thank you for tuning in. Your presence matters. I love seeing you comment, and I will see you later on the next live. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.